Welcome back to the Buckmaster Show. It's our monthly showdown. David Morales to the left of me, Sean McCluskey to the right of me. Sean, can Donald Trump attract minorities?
Absolutely.
He can.
The opportunity that he gives them to put people to work. He'll attract everybody.
Wow.
If you want to go back to work and you want a job, he's the only person that'll make the economy tick. The other two candidates that are currently, well, the three, I guess you count Gary Johnson. The other two, if you look at Bernie, no economic stimulus plan, no plan to put jobs back in place. Hillary Clinton just she needs to go to jail. Other than that, she has no plan except for being indicted.
Let me challenge you really quick. Be specific. What's Trump going to do? What's his plan?
Let's see. His trade agreement, he'll change that. He'll change.
I know, but what does that mean?
What does that mean for Americans?
No, like what does it mean? He'll change it. Like what specifically? How is he going to create jobs?
Okay, why did Trump get in the race? Because of the Iran deal and because of the trade agreement with China. Both of those things he did not care for. He thought they were bad for America, bad for American business. He is going to change things that'll be better for American business. If you create an opportunity for American business to be better than they are currently, get rid of the EPA regulations, get rid of the government oversight and those sort of things, it will put more people back to work.
So he has his own companies in China. I mean, why doesn't he put people to work?
He has 500 and some odd companies throughout the entire world.
Yeah, so I mean, why doesn't he stay American and have his companies here? His clothes are made. His hat that says "Make America Great Again" is made in like Mexico, I think, or China.
Because he can't produce it in America at the same rate and get. Well, you could.
He has billions of dollars. Why doesn't he just give his people more money?
Because how do you get billions of dollars? You don't spend it wastefully, and you don't pay three times as much in America for the same product that you could have produced.
Okay, you tell me how do you get $1 billion? When are you going to become a billionaire?
I'll never become a billionaire.
Why is Donald Trump a billionaire? Because he works harder than you? Is he that much of a harder worker than you are?
No, because his dad gave him $10 million to start, and he kept capitalizing on it.
The system is not fair. You admit that.
No, the system's absolutely fair. So you get what you work for. And
he doesn't get what he works for. His kids don't get what they work for.
I have a heck of a lot more than I've ever had before. His kids were given a hand up, and they've doubled what they were given.
But that wealth is going to always stay at the top. Would you agree?
Majority of it, yes.
Okay, that is the problem. That's what Bernie's trying to get at. He's not trying to tax all of us. If you're a billionaire, okay, you might get taxed more. He's not going to tax you if you're the majority of people, like even under Obama, no one has gotten a tax increase.
Bernie is going to enable folks. He is going to put more folks on welfare, and if you put more folks on welfare, what do? Do
you know?
You have takers and you have givers, and if
you know the top 400 richest people in this country own more than 50% of the wealth in the nation. 400 people. Mm-hmm. That's not good. That's money that's stagnating. That's money that could go to roads, building bridges, to schools, to all that stuff. But instead, we have to keep up this ideal of well, you can get as rich as you want. But that money can be used to help people.
But what are you going to do? How are you going to take that money from those people and redistribute?
You have inheritance taxes.
You take it. I mean, you're going to take it.
How are you going to redistribute it?
You're going to give it to the poor who do nothing except breed. If you give it to people who do nothing except breed, they're a leech on the system. Why don't we put a cap on how many kids you can have and be on welfare? I mean, that's an honest question. Why can you have 9 kids and be on welfare? If you look at a gentleman who is on welfare and has 9 children and dies at age 30, those kids receive his Social Security benefits until they are of 18. So what does that cost you? And then they're going to be unemployed, and they're not going to do anything, and they're going to create more offspring. Okay, now what are you doing? You're creating a perpetual system that does what? Create more need and more desire for the system.
Now, this is what the Republicans do. The Republicans say, okay, well, guess what? We're not going to provide Planned Parenthood. We're not going to provide contraception. We're not going to provide family planning to you guys. And you know what? If you get pregnant and you're poor, you can't have abortions. Women cannot do with their own bodies. You guys force these families to have the 9 kids that you're talking about. You force them into that system where they don't have
Nobody
access
forced them to have sex. They had sex because they were bored.
It's
cheap to have sex. Let's be honest. You got a TV and you got sex. What other kind of entertainment you have when you have nothing?
That's your kind of sex, I guess. But humanity, being a human,
when you have no money, you have no entertainment in life. What do you have?
I can't even believe we're talking about this. But sexuality is a big part of humanity, and people will have sex. People will, and if you don't give them family planning, like in third world countries.
Getting back to your whole thing about the 400 families that have all this wealth, what could Bernie do if Bernie were the president? He can't just say, "Well, I'm going to
see Venezuela."
No. You know what Bill Gates said. He's the richest man in the world.
Right.
He said that he does not believe that his kids deserve to inherit all his money.
Now, that is true. He's pretty much not going to be giving the kids anything.
Okay, so what happens is when people die off, when they die, all their money gets redistributed into the system. And then you have a lot more money for everyone. And just with 400 people, you can alleviate the pain and suffering of hundreds of millions of Americans with just those 400 people. Without
so
even
you're saying get rid of the